Side space, grand square, still feel 25. Most of the time, I still raise a little Cain when the boys left Alabama and we talks and pretty women. Lord, I'm still right there with them, singing above the crowd and the noise. Four ladies chant over and back. I'll be an old troubadour when I'm gone.
This is Square Dance Callers Talking. Today, I've got the real housewives of square dancing. I'm literally in a sea of women. I'm cruising in the international waters of the Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas with top-of-the-line cruise square dancing. First of all, my podcasts are usually about square dance callers talking about square dance themselves and their stories. Today, I'll get the rest of the story. These are their better halves. We've got Kim Curlee, Shelly Lizotte, Sylvia Roberts, Kayla Jones, I was out of order, Kristi Robertson, and Sherry Pladdys. Yes?
Yes.
Fantastic. I know everybody's a little nervous. There's not a whole lot of questions. Let me start by saying this is an honor to be cruising and talking to all of you. I've known each of you for up to from a year to 5 or 6 years. It's because of Square Dance Calling, so let's start easy. Where are you from? And since you're in this order, where are you from and where do you live now? Shelly Lizotte.
I am from Manchester, New Hampshire. Currently living in Manchester, New Hampshire. And what else did you want to know?
And you're currently living there?
Yeah.
And who are you married to?
I am married to the chairman of Collar Lab currently, Mr. Theodore Lizotte.
Okay.
Theodore.
Okay.
What's his middle name?
I'm not saying that.
And then the last name should give it away, but Kristi Robertson, tell us about you. Where are you from? Where do you live now?
From California. We currently live in southern Oklahoma, and I'm married to Charlie Robertson.
Okay. Kayla Jones.
Kayla Jones, and I am originally from Arlington, Texas. We moved west of the country and now live in Springtown, Texas, which is about 30 minutes west of Fort Worth. And
you're married to?
Married to Vernon Jones,
okay.
And he was my high school sweetheart. We met when I was 15 and he was 16, and we're still married today.
Okay. Sherry Pladdys, tell us about you. Where are you from?
30 miles north of Cincinnati, Ohio. I've been there all my life, 62 years. Married to Jack Pladdys. And
okay. Very nice.
That's it. That's as fun as it's going to be.
Sylvia Roberts, tell us about you. Where are you from?
I'm from Örebro, Sweden. Currently living in Huntsville, Alabama, and I'm married to Chet Roberts.
Chet Roberts.
That guy.
Are you on the camera?
She's not.
no.
We leave the pretty ones out.
Okay. Okay. So, tell me about your husbands.
Here we go.
And tell me what hooked you to that guy. And we'll go in reverse order this time. Sylvia Roberts.
Oh, have you seen Chet Roberts? He looks just like you, Charlie. No, of course, this is his personality. He's funny, makes me laugh.
Okay. And so when you met him, was he a square dance caller?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he started when he was a child.
Before I was born.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yes,
so,
we met in Sweden.
Okay.
He was over there calling.
Okay. Oh, very nice. Okay. All right. Sherry?
I met Jack, he taught me how to square dance 30 years ago.
Did he? Okay.
And we got married about 2 years after I graduated, and we've been married almost, well, it'll be 29 years in July.
Wow, very nice. I was going to ask, before we go any further, do all of y'all square dance?
Yes.
Okay. Kayla, tell us about Vernon.
Okay, I met Vernon when I was 15 years old, and which was in Arlington High School. I'm a football fanatic, and went to the first JV football game on Thursday night. He sat behind me, had me laughing, that I had tears rolling down my cheeks, and he became my best friend. He could drive and I couldn't, so he took me to all the football games. And probably 3 months later, we were dating. And as soon as we got out of high school, we wanted to get married. My dad said, absolutely not until you finish college. So I went straight through in 3 years. We got married in 1980. We're still married today, 44 years, and have 2 beautiful daughters, 2 beautiful granddaughters, and an awesome grandson. And we have 1 on the way, which we have no idea what this baby will be.
Awesome.
We're very happy.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
I forgot, Jet and I will celebrate 20 years.
20 years.
Next month.
Okay. Kristi, tell us about Charlie. C1.
Tell us about Charlie and Kristi.
Well, if any of you have met Charlie, it's unexplainable. His personality is just happy-go-lucky most of the time, and fun, and very intoxicating most of the time. Most people,
Okay.
most of you guys have experienced that.
Outback Charlie.
Yeah, Outback Charlie. We've been married 12 years. We have 4 kids blended, 10 grandkids blended. Yeah.
Shelly, tell us about Theodore.
Well, we'll go with Ted because I really wants the whole Theodore thing out there. So Ted and I met at work. We started dating in 2012. He taught me how to dance in 2013, fell in love with it. The way he talked about the activity, the passion and excitement and the joy that it brings him really kind of hooked me in. His funny, sarcastic sense of humor keeps me laughing all the time. We will celebrate our 8th wedding anniversary next week. And we have blended families. He has 2 boys, I have 2 boys and a grandson, and yeah.
That maybe you should mention, I should mention my kids.
I have a kid.
I do too.
Yeah.
We're finding out all the stuff you want to say after we all go through the
Wait a
line.
minute, I have a child.
We're a blended family too. I had,
Yes.
but my 10 grandchildren are my 10 grandchildren.
And I see you got matching shirts on.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the Royal Housewives? The Royal Housewives of Square Dance.
Kristi had those made for us.
Yep.
Kristi takes
Very
care
nice.
of us girls.
Good to know.
It all started with a joke from Ted.
Mhm.
Yes.
There was 4 of us sitting around a caller at Nationals, and he walks by and he looks over. He's like, "Oh, look, the Royal Housewives of Square Dancing." And I said, "Alrighty then." I made a logo and had some shirts made, and then Kristi took it a step further, and now we're
That's
official.
Probably start doing a charity or something.
Nonprofit.
We are blessed because we're such good friends, but I feel like they're my sisters.
Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful friends.
Now I know everybody came into square dancing at different times and all that. How long do y'all think, as a group, y'all have been together, give or take?
Ohio,
Oh, goodness.
My first national was Little Rock, Arkansas. So that was 2014, I think.
I have no idea.
Sure, didn't we meet in Ohio? Wasn't that the first time? Or was that not?
No,
it was in
It's been too long to
Is that
really.
too long?
Michigan. It was in Michigan.
Michigan.
And I can't remember.
We
how
all
long ago it
had
was.
different,
Yeah.
Different
Color.
times, different
Yeah.
places.
I
Yeah.
think Sherry and I walked all of Cincinnati when we had that national there.
Yeah.
We were interviewing the bars to
I mean,
figure
we've
out which ones would be open for
We've
us.
seen each other, but we didn't really get close. And year after year,
Get
we
closer
just got
and
closer and
closer.
closer. Cincinnati brought Shelly and I think, a little closer because we were at the collar school.
Mhm.
And you can only do so much at a collar school for us. So we decided we had to go find restaurants
Yes.
to eat at in the evening time frame. And so we walked, we walked all over
Okay.
Cincinnati, just the 2 of us.
We even got some of them to stay open late.
Yeah, so I went to California and got to know Kristi and Charlie a little bit more because we were over there and did a weekend, and so that's how I got to know her more. Another square dancing again, Michigan, collar school. Collar school brought a lot of us together.
Charlie and Kristi was sneaking
Yeah.
around my house. That's
Okay.
15 years?
Yeah, we're not just friends.
And Jet and Sylvia are a great host. I stayed with them when we were in California, and they were great. They were
No,
super.
Jet and I used to live, most of Jet's life, he's lived in California, so I think Kristi first. Well, no, it's not true. I think the one behind me. It's not in the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all the nationals.
Yeah.
It's been a while for me and Kim.
My first national was Long Beach, and Stella was just a baby, so
Yeah.
I could not attend the bar scene at that point.
Well, now, being from another country,
Mm-hmm.
when Jet said that y'all were going to move from California to Sweet Home Alabama, how
That
did
was
make
my
you feel?
idea.
Was that your idea?
That was her idea.
Roll the dice.
Okay. Very
Could
nice.
possibly go wrong. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the West Coast, so I think it's a great idea you move, but some people don't want to leave California once they're there. So.
Well, it was just one of those. Jet called a lot. He called Monday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, and most weekends. So Tuesday night was our family night. I had a full-time job, and it just felt like we didn't have enough time together. And we figured, okay, well, let's move to the south. Figured square dance was going to be huge there. Anyways, we moved there, and then COVID hit. So yeah, we had to change plans completely.
But we stayed in touch during
Yeah,
COVID.
we did
We
Friday
Friday
calls.
night,
Yeah.
Friday night calls.
Did
Yeah.
you?
Yes,
Outstanding.
we
That's
did.
awesome.
Yes,
Zoom
Yeah.
meetings.
Well, all of your husbands travel. Some extensively travel on a regular basis. Some don't travel as much anymore. But some of those travels, where have y'all gone with them? And we'll start anywhere. Kayla.
What was it?
Where have you traveled with Vernon on his square dance stuff?
cool places.
Yeah, anything that stands out, like
can't just say
whether
Texas.
in country or out of country, any kind of cool venues or anything that you
Sweden
remember.
and where was the? I'm trying to think where it was. That was. We flew into Buffalo. Where was the one that was? What was the one by Buffalo?
Oh, look at me.
No,
That was
that's
before I was dancing.
Yeah, because we went up into Canada with friends.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah, Niagara Falls. Excuse me. Thank you.
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls is probably one of my favorite ones that we went to, because some people were from Canada there and they took us up into Niagara Falls, and we had a steak dinner over the falls, and it was beautiful. So that was a lot of fun.
Very nice. Kristi, how about you? Where are you going? Where
Oh
you going?
goodness. We've gone to Sweden, Denmark, Germany,
Sweden was way better than everything else.
Belgium, Paris, and what was the last? I think that was the last one. Was Paris. And then all over the U.S., there's a bunch of beautiful places to get to dance. That we all like to go and dance a little and visit the town and see the sights and do that kind of stuff. So that's why we like to travel with them.
Shelly, what about you and Ted?
Our first overseas trip, well, for me anyway, was Germany, and then we went to Australia, and we've gone to London, Germany a couple times, and it's funny. I didn't do a lot of traveling before, and now we have this giant map on the wall at home that we put pins in of all the places that we've gone, and I collect magnets every place we go, so our refrigerator is getting very full. But I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Sure.
Well, Jack did a lot of overseas stuff before I came in the picture, so it's be us. Before Jack.
Okay.
So I mean, we've been to Canada and did dancing and stuff, but we've gone a lot in the United States. Just, I mean, I try to travel everywhere he goes. Now that my kids are grown and having kids, I may not go as much. But I try to go with him and support him and just, do what I can for him. But I don't know, I like my cruising.
Yeah, that's a good like the Caribbean.
Yeah. We've all been to the Caribbean.
I like my
at least once or
cruising, so
twice.
if that's all I ever do, I'm happy. I mean, the way the world is right now,
Sure.
but I just, want the best for him, and if he goes, then I'll go with him, so.
Well, taking Sweden out of the picture, where do you like to go?
Germany.
Germany?
Why? Because I like beer. Recently did a trip to Germany. It was really awesome. But I would say, you know, coming from Sweden and going to the States and the West Coast and all the different states, it's really hard to tell. But I really like all the different states we've been to.
Now, all of your husbands had a part in the cruise that we're on now, whether it be they're on the staff, they did some of the planning, what have you. What are some of the other cruises y'all have done square dance wise? And we'll start with Shelly.
Well, Ted and I got married on the first cruise that I was on. It was Bear, Paul, and Ted on Liberty of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas.
Okay.
It left on Sunday, Valentine's Day, so Bear married us on our balcony. And
Wow, I did not know that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah, Bear
That's
married
really
us.
cool.
And then we've done, we were on Anthem of the Seas with Tim Crawford and Sandy Bryant. That was a 9-day cruise. That was very nice. We did a Royal Housewives cruise.
Yes.
Non-square dance related, but
Yes.
square dance family.
Awesome.
Very much. Probably the
it was
best.
fun. And we did Liberty again. It was the Teddy Bear cruise. So Ted and Bear
Very nice.
on that one. So
Kristi, tell me about some of your cruises.
Oh, we've done Alaska, and I think we've done the Caribbean. I don't know, a dozen times. Different spots in the Caribbean. We do the Caribbean a lot. I prefer it because it's warmer. We did Alaska once. It was cold.
Was that a square
Prefer it
dance
warm.
cruise or just okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done. Gosh, I don't even know how many of those Caribbean ones. We just
I know, I can.
we love them, so we do those more often.
Awesome.
they usually ask, "Where are you cruising to?" I don't know. I don't care. I'm with my friends and I'm on
On
a
a
boat.
boat.
Don't care.
No, I think I told one or two of y'all the night before we left Atlanta to come down. Marcia asked me, she said, "What are you looking forward to the most?" And I said, "Being with all my friends."
Mhm.
You know, and she's
Exactly.
like, "That's it?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I don't get to see any of them, you know, whether it be a convention or some other kind of function that we're at. So being trapped on a boat for 7 days is a good excuse."
It could be worse.
That's,
Kayla, what
that's
about
pretty
you?
much
What
what
about your square
happens
dance
for us
cruise?
too.
Basically, just like the Caribbean cruises have been my
Like a wild
favorite.
card?
We've been on many Caribbean cruises,
Okay.
like they have. But my most favorite was we went on Holland America and we went on the Panama Canal. And that was probably my favorite cruise.
Love to do the Panama Canal.
It's beautiful.
Sherry, tell us about it. Jack played a big part in, as all your husbands did, but he did a lot of the planning with the cruise director and all that. So tell us about your cruises.
Oh, well, this is our cruise. We do this every year.
Okay.
Well, we were doing it every year until we decided to do a big one now.
Okay.
So we're going to do, you know, the big one every couple of years.
Every other year.
But yeah, we were doing this every year because we do the festival at Winterfest in Plant City, and then we hop on a ship.
Wow, very nice. Sylvia, do you- what about your cruising?
I would say this is my favorite because all my girls are here.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't get to go on the other ones.
Okay.
We've done Caribbean several times, so and Mexican Riviera because we live in California. But I think my all-time favorite square dance cruise, and no offense, I would say Alaska.
Alaska.
Yeah, it's very laid back and yeah,
She didn't
it's
have
good.
cold weather.
I had great
Maybe.
weather.
I'd be like you. We like
It was
warm
warm.
weather, don't we?
It was nice. It was beautiful. That's the thing with it, I think.
I know y'all know about it. Did anybody want to say anything about the ones 2 years from now, which is this cruise? Talk about that at all? Anybody?
I'm excited because it's going out of Galveston. Of course,
That's it.
I'm a Texas girl, so I'm really excited about that.
I just want to go
Because
down
it's
early
closer?
so we can go to the
What?
pier.
Yeah, we're gonna go do that
The pier
Saturday.
again.
That's the plan Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same staff. They're adding Hunter
Yes.
Keller, and they're adding another Q-er up to get her name.
Jan Thomas.
Jan Thomas.
Yeah.
Jan is a super good friend of ours, and she's an awesome cure.
Yeah, I finally got to hear
Yeah, she's
last
very-
night when she started doing something.
Her and her husband are very sweet, and we go out with them a lot. Really
Okay.
nice people.
Once this is done, I'll be starting my countdown calendar for the next.
And the next
Okay,
one.
Yeah.
okay.
Right now,
Never
the next,
stops.
the next in line is Color Lab, where I'll see a lot of these
Yeah.
folks, and then Nationals. We get to see each other again, but this is fun because we're 7 days together, hanging out, having a blast. Yep.
Even though we live all over the United States, we always know
Yeah.
it won't be that long till we see each other again.
Yeah, we usually get to see each other, all of us, maybe once or
Maybe
Two or three
twice.
twice.
Yeah.
2 or 3
Usually
times a year,
nationals is the
usually.
big one.
So yeah, the next thing that we have as a group, in whole or in part, is Caller Lab, which is nice. So we're all going to go to that for the most part. Back to your husbands, and we'll talk about y'all too. We'll start with Sherry this time. We'll start with her. What is your favorite square dance call or song that you like that Jack does?
Gosh, that's hard.
Oh my gosh, I have no idea.
Well, some people don't have a favorite.
I just go out and have a good time, you know. If they play music that I can sing along with and hoop and holler with.
Originally, I was going to say, who's your favorite caller to dance to, but I didn't want to put some people on the spot. So I thought, what is your favorite thing that he does? Does he have a call or any habit that he does that you like the most?
No, well, there at the beginning when, after I learned to square dance and we got married and whatnot, I would be sitting out and he'd yell for me to come up on stage with him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted,
Did you
I
dance?
do some stupid things.
No, you don't.
You're fine.
There's
Don't talk about a friend like that.
There's a pattern record that he uses. I can't think of what it is now, but it's a lot of fiddle playing. So I get up, even in a square, if he plays that, I get up and I start doing the air fiddle thing. And I'll do that. And then there's another one where our bass man, you know, it's got that
Yeah, Mr.
ability,
Bassman,
that Mr. Bassman. I'll get a mic. Of course, it's turned off because nobody wants to hear me. But that bass part, I hold the mic up real close and do the bass part. And then when it gets to the part where when it gets real low, I literally get down on the floor. Like I'm having a tough time. I'm going really down low, putting my feet up. And but those are the silly things. But that's what we do.
So yeah, she's the crazy one.
Yeah.
Well, what about Jet? What do you like to hear, Sylvia? So y'all have an advantage. Y'all are already thinking. All right.
Yeah, but
I would say
I can't even think
there's
of
so
one.
many good ones. It's hard to think of one.
Okay.
Anytime he goes crazy and his little head turns a little red, it's about to pop. It's my favorites.
Now, have you done anything with him? Because you did call. Have you ever done anything with him?
A lot. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Kayla, what about
I
Vernon?
can't even think of one right offhand. Awful.
Might have to come back to Ted.
I don't know if there's one in particular I can choose. I can't remember the name of the one that he recorded for me. Off the top of my head.
He recorded a song for you?
Yes.
Sweet.
And he does it right after we got
Jet
married.
did too.
I can't remember the name of it.
It was when he tried to lure me in. Could have just said he made it for me. It's all right.
I can't think of the name of it.
Don't look at me. I don't know.
You're supposed to help me, Shelly. I don't know. I'll think of it tomorrow, probably.
You'll pop into your head.
Okay. Shelley?
It's hard when you're in the spot. Well, I like when Ted uses his voice because he's got a very deep voice, and then he'll when he can really get into the songs. And he does some fun songs where he'll alter the words a little bit. I mean, he did it on the cruise when he was out of work. I think it was one of them. And he works in his name and then my name into it. And I know when it's coming. And I love listening to how the dancers, to see how much they're really paying attention to the words versus just the calls. So that's fun. But my favorite call, which I thought was one of the questions, is I like Lady Send Up with the Teacup Jane. That's my favorite call.
Was it the call or the song?
Well, it was a song, but I do ask all the callers what their favorite call is. So
I know.
we'll go right back in reverse order. What's your favorite call?
My favorite call is
I know exactly.
probably Spin Chain the Gears.
The gear, huh?
Not the full one.
Not
just
the
the
gears.
gears.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I like Relay the Doocy.
Okay. Sherry?
I don't have a favorite call.
She likes to dance.
Yeah, I just like to do it all.
Okay,
I don't have a favorite one.
Bow to your partner.
Thank you.
Yeah, I always say, because Jet always, when he calls, he says, flutter wheel, because it's my favorite call.
Mhm.
So mine's reverse the flutter wheel.
Okay.
And of course, Vernon doesn't do it, but it's just a round dance. But it's Could I Have This Dance?
Mhm.
And that was done at our wedding, so it's just, I always
Oh,
love to hear
nice,
that
okay.
song. It's beautiful.
If you want to.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. Yeah, that's one of those.
That's right.
Because, and you'll all get a copy of this to look at before I put it out. Do you want to tell me something embarrassing about your husbands?
Actually, I'd like to
Nope.
ask you that question first.
No.
About
Was it jambalaya?
There's a jambalaya story.
Yeah, what's the jambalaya?
And there's something about
Oh.
a tour t-shirt.
a tour T-shirt?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, we have friends
Oh.
too.
No. The jambalaya thing. The Friday before we got on the boat, when I was at the dance,
Mhm.
and Jet went up and he yelled over at me. I was not dancing. I was talking to Scott Bennett, and he said, "I do jambalaya a lot." Evidently, I didn't realize I talked about it as much as I do on my podcast. And Jet said, "Hey, I'm going to do one of your songs." And I only have one song, and it's not jambalaya, it's troubadour. And so he said, "But it's not the one you're thinking of. I'm doing jambalaya." And I said, "Okay." And Scott said, "That's because you talk about it on every one of your damn podcasts. You talk about jambalaya." What happened is I asked all the callers, like I'd ask y'all, I said, "What's your favorite singing call?" And when anybody asked me, I say jambalaya, because that's one of the first ones I ever did. And so I was like, "Oh man, I didn't know I talked about it on every podcast," which I've just talked about it on this one. So keeping a perfect record. And so he proceeded to do jambalaya. Well, Scott was talking to me, and so we're just kind of going back and forth talking. And when he got done, he came over and he goes, "God damn it, Charlie, you didn't listen to any of it, did you?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "I was trying to show you how to do it the right way." And I was like, "Oh, okay, buddy." And so, he was messing with me. And so that was that was last night when I went up. I had planned on doing something, but Philip had asked me when he was in Germany to do circles with him, because that's his song, and I told him it's one of my favorites. So I made the joke about not doing jambalaya, because had Philip not asked me, that's what the plan was.
That was the
to do
plan.
that.
Jambalaya was the plan.
And the tour shirt is one that Tony, I met Tony several years ago at a caller school, and I just started calling, and I had a t-shirt made online or whatever, and on the front it said, like, 2017 Dance Your Boots Off Tour. And on the back, I had 5 clubs that I was calling at, like, over the course of the year. And I wore it to the caller school. And Tony had never met me before. And he was like, "Let me turn around." And so I turned around, and he goes, "That's the coolest thing I've ever seen." He said, "You made a concert t-shirt?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You might want to wait until you get more than 5 places to put on the back." Before you do that. So if that has followed me, I still have it at home. I started to bring it on this cruise. But so that's the tour shirt.
That's fun.
The other joke that Tony and Ted know about, because I've got a little text message with them, is I told them, as you remember when we were at Cheryl's house in New Hampshire, I put that poster out about being a national caller. And I got a text from Ted that goes, "I guess we just make ourselves national callers now?" And I was like, "Yeah." I told him, I said, "If y'all please let me just call one singing call out of country, I'm an international caller." So I've got a poster, I just can't print it out currently. So that says I'm an international caller. So that's that. So that's my embarrassing thing. So tell me about Jet.
Oh. I don't
Nothing?
Nope.
That's
He's
fine.
perfect.
Okay. Any funny stories that he would find funny too? Jet's got an amazing sense of humor. Y'all can all start thinking.
I can't even think of anything right now.
No, I can't.
No. Because it's all the time.
Yeah, there's
constant.
How about this? Since you support them, you go to all their dances for the most part, especially when they're traveling or whatever. Have they ever messed up and where they thought it was funny on stage? They forget the lines or anything like that?
They don't think
Anything that
that's funny.
stands out to
They
you?
don't think it's
They don't
funny.
think
They
that's
never do.
No,
don't think
they'll
that's
be
funny.
upset. He'll be upset about it.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll say, "We know this." What? Yeah, they don't like that.
I hear it happens, and I'm like, oh, that's not a good one.
Yeah.
I did. Tony had actually told me one time, because every time I come off, I'm like, man, I did this, I missed this, I crossed up his sides, whatever. And he's like, Charlie, none of those dancers remember that. And I was like, and he goes, but we all do.
Which makes it
So-
so much better,
So,
doesn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Let's see.
When
So-
Vernon first started calling, I was in college, and we weren't married because my dad wouldn't let me marry him until I finished college. But anyway, he was just starting out, and you have to understand his dad was John Jones. So I was used to just a caller that was a perfectionist. So when Vernon was doing patter, it was really bad. So I'd run to the bathroom and hide because I was so embarrassed because he would not get everybody. Now we did the singing calls. I always came back because it was perfect. But it only took a couple of months, and he got it.
Very
So
nice.
he's good.
Who were some of your other favorite callers? Not your husbands. We'll say
We're gonna
husband's
cheat
number one.
We're gonna cheat now.
I guess we could do a Shauna thing, my second favorite.
Or how about this? What other sing? And I always use singing calls because they're the most memorable for the most part. But callers that you like to hear do a singing call. Who is it?
It's her guy.
Tony.
Tony Hudson.
Yeah, Tony does a good job.
Tony's really good.
He does all right.
He's alright.
Yeah, most of the time he's okay.
You can't say too much. We don't want his head to get too big,
I think
When
this
we
is
were
we're
very,
past
very
that.
young, Ken Bauer always came to DFW area, and I thought Ken was just it.
Is that right?
Yeah. He's such a good dear friend.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Ken's an awesome guy.
I grew up around Tony and Jerry. I was 7 years old.
Oh, Jerry
when I
was, Jerry was awesome.
Yeah, when I first met them. So, yeah, I would say, Tony and Jerry, yeah, for sure. The team.
Yeah,
I agree on that.
Yeah.
that's for sure.
I think we're pretty lucky in this particular group is the callers that we get to dance to are our husbands, and they're all very talented, and we enjoy all of them. They're different ways, but they all have something that we
Contribute.
we enjoy.
I tell everybody that whenever I'm calling, wherever it is in Georgia, and Georgia's got some decent callers, but I tell them you have to go out, you have to dance to other people, because it's going to sound different. The level that your husbands are at, I mean, it's another level as to most square dance callers, and that's plain and simple. And anybody could walk in. Somebody who does not square dance could walk in and say, "All right, let me do some patter for y'all." They have no idea what patter is, and I say, "Hey, just pick any of your husbands. Watch him do patter." And I get done and go, "Are we the same?" They're going to go, "No, y'all are not the same. That guy's different." That being said, I tell everybody, go out and dance to other people. Y'all are fortunate that you can dance to your husbands, and then on the weekends or whatever that you're visiting, you're dancing to her husband. And it's amazing, and what a better dancer you can be. Do you think you're better dancers because of who your husbands are?
Definitely.
I started dancing in Europe, so no.
Considering my husband has literally taught me everything that I know from a
Yeah.
square dancing perspective, I would have to say yeah, because I learned at Tech at MIT, and then Tony was actually the first caller that I danced to that wasn't Ted, because I mean there's not a heck of a lot. I mean there's definitely callers in New England, but they're all traveling in different spots, and Ted has like 1 or 2 nights a week off, so and I try to go with him with different things. So I like it when we go to nationals and I can then finally see all of the other guys and dance.
How high a level do you dance?
I am dabbling in C1 now.
Okay.
Going through that list, but my favorite level is advanced.
Okay. Kristi?
I don't think it's necessarily because of my husband. I started dancing when I was 8. So you're a sponge.
Mm-hmm.
You just, you know, you just dance and you don't really forget it. You get more technical and less, you know, flowy. You just don't go out there and just float around. But as we've gotten older. But again, we get to go out and dance to lots of different people. And we get to experience things in different levels.
Okay. Kayla, what level do you dance to?
I dance more plus than anything in mainstream. I do a little bit A, but I'm more comfortable with.
Okay. What about you, Sherry?
I dance all the way up to C1.
Wow, okay.
I don't dance it often because I let the other people, but when I dance, I prefer to do the left side dancer.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I'm more comfortable doing it that way. I do that a lot in advance and in C1. Okay. So, I enjoy advance a lot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to do C1 because I wanted a little bit more of a challenge. Because advance started just to be
automatic.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was like, okay, I'm kind of bored, you know.
Okay.
So I went to C1.
Gotcha.
A2.
A2. Okay.
And that's the only level he ever taught me. Well, A1, A2, and the same.
Okay.
Same school.
Yeah. And if it'd take you a second to think about it, that's fine. If you could go somewhere that you haven't been before with your husband, square dance related, where would that be?
Japan.
Japan?
I'm going next time. There ain't no ifs or buts about it. I'm going.
Okay, so you haven't been to Japan yet.
Didn't get to go this time.
What about you, Sherry?
I'll go anywhere. I don't care. I would go anywhere. Yeah, I mean, I would like to go to Japan and Australia, Ireland. I would love to go to Ireland.
You do square dance in Ireland?
Do they?
I don't mean do they have clubs?
I have no idea, but I would love to go.
You should go over there.
But yeah,
But yeah.
Kayla, what about you?
Kind of them. I would love anywhere in Europe. I would love to go.
Just go to Ireland.
Australia too, and anywhere.
Okay. We Marcia and I, for her next birthday, she wants to go to Ireland. So
see, we already have.
So if y'all want to y'all want to put together a square dance cruise, I'll sign up for it, and we'll go on it. So
that sounds good.
What about you, Kristi? Where would you like to go?
I think kind of the same as everybody else. We get to go a lot of places. We just enjoy going, new ones and old ones. Mm-hmm. We like to travel with them.
Okay.
So I think Japan, Australia, back to Europe. We like going back to Europe.
That'd be fun.
It's fun.
And what about you, Shelly? Where do you want to go?
Japan's a bucket list item for
okay.
more so for Ted. I want to watch him experience that culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what is so cool when I mean you can go travel anywhere, but you don't get to meet people.
Right.
So with our activity, I think it's so much fun that we actually make friends where we go. People connect to us and want to talk to us, and that's the whole experience. I think is so cool that we get to see a different side of the country,
culture,
than anybody else would really. If you go on just book a trip and stay in a hotel for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Ted got invited to go to Germany by a complete stranger because of a video that was on YouTube.
Wow.
And we're on the plane getting ready to land, and he's looking at me and he's like, "You realize we know nothing about this guy that we're going to be staying for a week with." Now,
anything could happen.
and the thing is, now we've got folks from Germany on this cruise because of that trip that we initially made. That we made friends with a lot of Germans, and now they're here having fun with us. So it's awesome.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. Very, very
Small world
loving,
after a while.
very loving bunch of individuals.
Okay.
It becomes a small world.
Yes.
I tell people, and I probably put too much stuff on YouTube, but that's the way the era I grew up in. But something like that, you know. Of course, now if anybody watches my old square dance videos, I'm not getting invited to South Georgia, much like anywhere else. But I just had another question. Damn it. I can't remember what it was now. But I ask all the callers. I forgot the question.
Movies?
I can edit this part
No.
out. We're gonna get to movies. I'm glad you brought that up. If I
I'll
had
be
my other
offended
book,
if you don't.
I've got I've got all my other movie stuff written down at home. Oh, I know what it is. Not square dance, and we'll start with Kristi this time. We'll start with you. If it's not square dance music, what kind of music do you like?
Very eclectic. I like to listen to anything from 70s rock to country, a little bit of the heavier stuff. Once in a while, listen to a little AC/DC and, get into that stuff. I'm very eclectic. I listen to everything.
Kayla, what about you?
Of course, we love country, and we love, because this morning I we love 70s music.
Okay.
Love 70s music, so that's probably our favorite.
Sherry, genre, music style?
Well, I listen to the 70s mostly. Back in the day, I used to listen to the 50s. I love the 50s. I always wish that was my era, but I love country and 50s. I don't know, easy listening type music too. I'm not the head-banging hard rock type person, but you give me a little Air Supply and
I'm with you. I love the
Eagles, Chicago.
Did we do Metallica? Was it Metallica?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
50s music is good too.
Yeah.
Oh, Air Supply is awesome. I love them. What about you? Music?
Oh, I am all over the place. I don't like heavy metal. That's pretty much it. I mean, I can listen to, I don't know, 50s up to, I have a 14-year-old at home, so I have to adapt. But I can put on a classical record sometimes. It all depends on the mood.
Well, we need to push the big singer now. We need to push Taylor Swift.
Hate on Taylor Swift.
I'm not hating. I said we need to push her.
I don't think she needs any more pushing.
You're my last hope at 80s rock. What's your favorite?
I love 80s
It's definitely
rock.
80s rock.
Okay, thank God. Thank goodness.
I mean, that's like the high school days. And then early 90s country.
Okay.
I liked, Brooks and Dunn, Rupert McIntyre, Garth Brooks, some of that. So, but if you get in my car right now, it would be some country music.
Okay.
That would be on there.
Okay. So, you got that part down for the music genres and that type of thing. So, and I do ask everybody, are you a movie or TV person? What do you consider yourself? We'll start with you. And what is your favorite one?
Friends. I like binge watching stuff. No, I would say movies.
What's your favorite movie?
Well, I really.
Or top three, or just.
Well, there's several Hunger Games. I really enjoyed the Hunger Games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sherry?
I don't know.
Movie or TV? What do you think?
I watch a lot of series. You got all those series that are on. I like binge watching all them. But I don't know. One of my favorite movies, you guys probably laugh. It's a real old one, Gone with the Wind.
Nice. That's fantastic.
That's one of my very favorite ones.
Okay. But you can't use that one, Kayla. What about
Well, I love, as everyone in this room knows, I love sports.
Mhm.
So I like to watch football more than anything. So we watch a lot of sports, and I like, when I was growing up, I loved series, like the Brady Bunch, just the good old Friends, all those kind of series, but there's not that many of them on anymore, so we really watch movies more than anything now.
Well, as far as sports, is it Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
No, 49ers.
And
That's
I'm very upset
Very
with
excited.
I didn't know if you might have been
Very
an old school.
upset with them because we didn't go anywhere
Yeah.
this year, but we won Kansas City because Patrick Mahomes is.
I thought you might have been an old school Oilers fan. I didn't know.
I can understand that.
Okay. What about you, Kristi? Movies or TVs?
Probably more TV because I like variety. I watch a lot of Friends, and I still watch reruns of Friends and
Me too.
Big Bang Theory. Just because you need
yeah,
that
Big Bang,
comedy.
yeah.
Mhm.
Make you laugh, huh?
Yeah, make you laugh. But we can switch back and forth between that kind of stuff more often than I sit down and watch a movie.
Okay. Shelly?
I've got lots of subscriptions to streaming things, But for everybody that knows me, yes, Friends is my favorite one. My license plate is Friends related. I have several t-shirts with me this week that are Friends related. We did the Central Perk trivia. Did not win, but that's okay. There's always
That
next
means you
time.
just have to start over and watch it again.
That's right. There's always next time. But yeah, so
Okay.
I need to have something playing in the background. I just need noise.
And one thing I started out when I was doing my podcast, and that I kind of went away from it for a little while and brought it back, so I didn't know if people were getting tired or not. Starting on this end, Footloose or Dirty Dancing? Which movie? And not that crap Footloose that came out 5 years ago.
It would be Dirty Dancing.
Kevin Bacon.
I loved that movie when it came out, and I literally watched it like every Friday night for
Dirty Dancing.
quite some time. I loved it.
Okay, great story.
It's a really hard choice.
I know.
Really good movies. Probably Dirty Dancing. I've probably watched that more often than I.
Okay.
Definitely Dirty Dancing.
Mm-hmm.
No one puts baby in the corner.
Yeah.
Sherry?
Carrot a watermelon.
I've watched Dirty Dancing more, and I really like it. But I do like the music and stuff in Footloose.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, for sure.
Yeah, definitely Dirty Dancing.
Okay.
Sorry, Charlie.
No, I mean,
Which one is yours again? Is it Footloose?
it's Footloose.
Yeah.
I like Patrick Swayze, but Kevin Bacon, he just does it for me.
Yeah.
Still does. Oh my gosh, that's so good. And now if y'all want to jump in on this too, another one I did, and this is sports related, because I'm a sports fan. I love baseball. Is Field of Dreams,
I love that movie.
or I can't even think because my answer is Field of Dreams, but I can't think of it. There was another baseball movie. So, what other movies do you like? I mean, is anybody horror related? Anybody like horror movies? Nothing like that.
No.
You think you're more action or dramas?
Back in the day, I was. Back in the day, I liked them all, but
Well, because I like football so much,
Mm-hmm.
one of my very, very, very favorite tearjerker movie is Brian's Song.
Okay. Very good.
Love that movie.
Yes.
Depends on the mood I'm in. If I want a rom-com or if I want an action adventure movie. Depends.
Okay. Favorite, and this is something I haven't asked any of the guys. Favorite leading man movie, or just leading man, not movie in particular.
Back in the day, I get that actors get a little bit, older, but Matthew McConaughey is definitely.
Great call. No,
All
I
right.
think
All
that-
right.
that's got to be yours.
Definitely Matthew
Okay, that's got to be
McConaughey.
yours. I wasn't gonna go. What about you, Kristi?
Ryan Reynolds.
Good call. Like that one.
I like
Sherry. Jesus,
There's
somebody
too
said
many.
Kevin Bacon. Good God. So-
there's too many. I mean, I like Matthew McConaughey, Richard Gere.
Mm.
I mean,
That's a good one.
even a young Sean Connery.
Oh, I love Sean
Yeah.
Connery.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Sean Connery.
Richard Moore.
It's easy. Bruce Willis.
Bruce
Uh,
Willis.
big
Very
crush
good.
on Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dirtier and bloodier, the better.
We're watching Moonlighting again.
That's
There are times it's just like, okay, it's definitely come a long way with the cinemagic stuff
Yeah.
nowadays.
I kind of know where this answer is going to go, but since we're on the cruise, do you like the food package, the food presented, or the drink packages? We'll skip you.
Well, I don't have anything to drink, so drink package.
And your favorite? We'll all just say drink package.
Yeah,
That's
what are you
fine.
gonna say?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say that. Yes.
Favorite drink?
Oh, I tried a lot. I think last night, Cran vodka was cool last night.
Nice.
Tito's
Okay.
and
Tito's and cranberry. I think
Tito's and
Sherry appreciate
cranberry.
that one.
I love the chocolate martinis.
Mm-hmm.
And she just turned me on to the peach mimosas. which
Oh,
are
that was
good.
Sherry's.
Alright.
Sherry
Sure,
did the peach
peach
mimosa.
peach mimosa.
Otherwise, I was
That's very
really
good.
light girl.
And then what is this one? This one's good too.
Lime and coconut.
Lime and coconut is
I think they're running out.
Kristi?
I think my favorite was that blackberry moonshine.
Yeah,
Oh, that
that's
was good too.
blackberry
The
moonshine.
yeah.
Mississippi
The
moonshine.
mason jar has some Mississippi blackberry Mississippi
Yeah, Mississippi
blackberry or
blackberry.
something. It's got blackberry
Call it.
moonshine in it. It's really good.
You got to kind of go with the drinks to make up for the cost of the day, you know.
Sure.
So, yeah, you gotta go with the drinks.
I've tried a ton of drinks this week that I probably would never drink again.
Right,
But
exactly.
It's only
Yep.
because
Exactly.
Yeah, I've challenged the bartender.
Yeah,
I come up and
Fireball.
said, "Surprise me," and he says, "Sweet." I said, "Absolutely not." And I had sweet drinks every time. I was giving up on that guy.
Favorite drink? Anything?
It's that blackberry
Okay,
one over
yeah,
at the
okay.
Mason jar.
Maybe that's what we should go.
I've got a
Yeah.
pub crawl card that one of our dancers made, and I have one more bar to get to.
Oh, okay.
So I go there and I'm like, "What's your specialty drink?" so that I can decide if I want to try it or not.
Oh,
That's a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Is there anything else y'all want to talk about for square dances? Or about callers or anything?
I'm
And y'all
just
can
grateful
go
for
as
what
off
they
the rails as you
do
wanna
because
go.
it brought all of us together.
That's
Yep.
true.
Okay.
and you
And
might
this
not
is-
always see us at the dances when the guys are working. You might just take the opportunity to hang out with each other and have a good time.
I understand that.
You know,
That's
because
what
we
we
kind of
enjoy
want to
it.
dance with your spouse. Mine doesn't like to dance. I don't know about yours, but
Mine will once in a while. But not that he doesn't like to dance, he just wants to talk and visit and things more than. And when we're all together, we'd rather spend a little bit of time visiting because we don't get to be together as often as we'd like.
play some cards.
Play
We're
some
just like the
cards.
Square Dance family, and that's what's so cool about it, because if anything happened to any of us, we'd be there for each other.
I love dancing with my husband. He just doesn't do it very often.
No.
But he's fun to dance with.
Yeah, mine too. When I get empty.
I will say, even when I'm sitting on the side, on the occasion that I get up and I get the call or whatever, it's the most fun thing I do and the most horrifying. When we were in New Hampshire and I called and I saw y'all, I was like, "Oh dear God," because I know that they are judging. Hey, he shouldn't have done that. That's the wrong hand. Oh, I can't believe he's doing this. I'm like, oh, so it just drives me nuts. But that's what I love most about it, and especially seeing when I see y'all's husbands, it just makes me happy. Whether it be coming into town for a one-night dance, which y'all did a couple nights ago before we came this way, and that's a lot of fun there. So I want to thank y'all for doing this. We have some people on the side that chose to remain nameless
Anonymous.
and anonymous.
We can, I'll do a guessing game.
Kim, Curlee, and Lottie.
But let's do this. We'll have it on video, and I'll take some pictures too. So y'all let me get a phone, and if y'all want to get the picture. It won't be part of the video. I'll cut that. So.
We do need pictures though.
So, before we do that, so I want to thank y'all for letting me do this.
Thank you, Charlie.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
Charlie.
it. It was a lot of fun. And it's
Thank you, Charlie.
We could be Charlie's Angels
Charlie's
just for
Angels.
you.
So what we'll do is we'll find a 30 or 45 minute window at Caller Lab in 3.5 weeks, and we'll do it all over again.
Gracious.
So.
3.5 weeks.
I know. We
It's
can
not-
do that again.
Weeks?
And
Is that close?
It's close. It's
Yeah,
March,
it's
isn't
really
it?
close.
Are you still recording?
I'm
Yeah,
still
stop
recording.
It's not nothing. I can't believe it.
So that was a lot of fun, and so I appreciate it, and that'll end this podcast.
He's gonna ask you questions, and then
All right,
you're
it's
not gonna be on-
recording now, but
Oh.
I can cut
You
that
can
out.
hit that out.
Please.
So what I'll do
Watch our
is
language,
I'll introduce the show and then introduce y'all, and I've got a little bit I'm going to say, and then a couple of questions, and then it's whatever y'all want to say.
We want to
So.
say.
Picture looks good.
Oh, wait, I have something I need to just and we might have some follow-up questions.
Okay, good. All right. So here we go. This is another Square Dance Callers Talking. The Real Housewives of Square Dancing will be this episode. I'm literally in a sea of women. And if you're
Edit.
All right, here we go. This is Square Dance Callers Talking. The Real Housewives of Square Dancing. I'm literally in a sea of women. God damn it.
I wanted the blooper reel. It's all the blooper reel.
All right. It'll come out in about 2 weeks. So y'all come on in and I can get screenshots. So let's all get pictures. Come on in. Give me a phone. Give me somebody's phone. And then y'all can text it out.
Well, one of them.
Do you get your phone?
Yeah, and then we can share it with all of them.
Here, wait,
Stuff to get you guys.
Can you get us all? Okay.
Yes.
Here, let's make some more space.
All right, I'll take a few.
now we gotta get closer. You guys weren't getting
Hurry
up.
up, Charlie.
All right.
Gotta take your sweatshirt off, kid.
All right. Scoot down. I'll get lunch. And then we'll go down. All right. So I took like